you can see that his horse is even like a little bit worried about how fast he's going. So this is like full steam ahead, full charge. Sometimes it can be being a little too blunt with your words, which may lead to Nine of Swords energy. So this means having regrets, having sorrow, being worried, being anxious. So just what the opening of November is saying to me for you, Sag, is just be careful with being cutting, maybe being careful with your words, being careful about wanting to rush too far forward into something, because we've had a lot of backwards energy over the summer. We've had a lot of retrograde motion. I think there were 5 planets in retrograde. So there may be this tendency of having been pulled back and held back, like horses being held at the gate of a race. And there's a tendency when that gate opens to rush forward. So I'm just going to say, just be careful with not going so quickly that you fall and that you trip. It's almost like a toddler that's trying to run, and it wants to get to the other side so fast that it ends up tripping and falling. And I just see that, don't be careful about moving so quickly that you end up with regrets. This is Nine of Swords, which means overthinking things, having regrets, having sorrows, just being in your mind a little bit. And Sag, I'm seeing these 3 cards follow the Knight of Swords. We've got the Nine of Swords, we've got the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then we've got the Ten of Swords. So potentially some of you may be having difficulty with a fire sign. It could be Aries, Leo, or Sag, and that some of you may have broken up from that person. But this may be you, Sag. There may be an element of self-sabotage by the way you're thinking about things. This is Nine of Swords, this is Ten of Swords. And this is worry, anxiety, tension, overthinking things. And this is Ten of Swords, meaning letting go of a particular way of thinking, letting go of negative thoughts. This is 10 coming to completion of that cycle. And I see this is what's turning you upside down, Sag. So I see you going from a period of Nine of Swords into Ten of Swords, which is difficult energy. It's like really being in your mind. Really, maybe having proceeded too quickly with something. This could also be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius that's involved that may have left. But I actually see it as you saying something that maybe you regret with this Nine of Swords energy. But I'm seeing also with Nine of Swords and Ten of Swords, it's letting go of certain thoughts, beliefs, ideas. Swords is the mental realm, and it has to do with beliefs, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, beliefs, thoughts, ideas, all that stuff. And whatever it is, it's what's turning you upside down right now. It's what's causing you to feel a lack of your own power, a lack of your own courage, your confidence, ability to manifest things that you want. Queen of Wands in the upright is she's kick-ass. She's get stuff done, take no prisoners, confident, sassy, attractive, radiant. In the reverse, it's like self-doubt. So what are the thoughts, beliefs, ideas that are dragging you down, Sag? Is there anything that is depleting your energy, or is making you feel like I need to let this go? Or anything that is, Ten of Swords is negative beliefs, negative thoughts. I can't do this anymore. I'm hitting bottom. What's causing you to hit rock bottom, Sag? Is there anything that's like draining you, bringing you down? It might be time to let it go. It might be time to get out of your head and let it go, because guess what's coming up next? Empress. Empress is like, okay, I let that shit go. I'm not worried about that anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing Nine of Swords. I'm not Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm not doubting myself. And I'm not letting things drain me anymore. I'm not participating with that way of thinking. I am in full radiance, in full confidence. I let things come to me. That's Empress energy. Again, whether you're male or female, it's connecting with your love vibration. It's connecting with your own abundance, your own worthiness, your own attractiveness, your own ability to nurture things and let things grow around you. Empress is about abundance, fertility, growth, receiving, accepting. It's connecting with the feminine side of your nature. So whether you're male or female, connecting with the luxurious, abundant, cornucopia. When I think of November, I think of Thanksgiving, and I think of gratitude, and that's what Empress is about, is the abundance of the world, abundanza, the cornucopia of life, the cornucopia of experience. It's like every jewel appears in her crown. Receiving it all, feeling satisfied, feeling satiated. So what I'm seeing for November, that first week, whatever thoughts are troubling you, whatever you're going in circles in your mind with, Sag, that's turning you upside down, let that shit go. Let it go, because you are Empress by mid-month. This could be when, Venus, who we see right here, goes direct. This is maybe when your love life shapes up, Sag. This is when, what felt like energy that was rushing forward, maybe premature energy. All the sword stuff. There's going to be something that you need to let go of in terms of the way you think about things, in terms of, I think it's like this, in terms of the way you present your words, your thoughts, your ideas, beliefs. That's this rushing energy, saying things bluntly, not really caring about how it impacts others' feelings, just being very logical, analytical, mind-based, like, this is the natural, rational, logical thing to do. Of course we must do it this way. But it may have effects that you end up overanalyzing or being in your head about, and it just ends up draining you. So I'm going to offer to you getting grounded with this earthy Empress energy, which is all about abundance, receiving, feeling satisfied, feeling nurtured, feeling fertile, feeling growth. Stuff is opening up, and you may avoid some sort of cataclysmic event, or you may be trying to resist some sort of change. This was Tower in reverse. It was in the reverse position. So it can be like avoiding a catastrophe, or it could be fearing change that does not allow you to grow. I'm actually seeing there's two things going on here. In the center of the month, we have Three of Coins in reverse along with Tower in reverse. And it's surrounded by Empress and then Seven of Cups in reverse. So this may mean not wanting to work on things. Feeling like a lack of productivity, a lack of fertility. The Empress is the third major arcana. So this is 3 energy. This might be a challenge to your creativity, your fertility, your ability to nurture something and create something. Empress is saying, you know what, maybe if you lean back and let it come to you, it's sort of like overcoming writer's block. This is saying, I'm trying to push through, but it's all really difficult. I'm trying to work with this group and we're not seeing any results. Maybe there's other choices. Maybe you're having a hard time seeing that there's other choices available. This is 6 of Cups in reverse. And usually this means coming out of confusion, coming into clarity. In the upright position, it means having rose-colored glasses. In the reverse position, it may mean that those rose-colored glasses are coming off and you're seeing reality for what it is. And you're seeing, like, here's my good choice. Here is how I can just receive things instead of trying to push things through by pushing and pushing. This is resistant energy. Both of these are in reverse. And actually they have that sort of black background that this 10 of Swords does and this 9 of Swords. If you look at all these cards, it's all like, this is all that Scorpio energy. Venus in Scorpio for the first while. Going back, this is trying to force something, Sag. And I don't know what it is. But it's negative thoughts, being in your head, going in circles, trying to break something through that is not breaking through. Potentially also, alternately, it could be that breakdowns precede breakthroughs. It could be that the Tower is your breakdown moment, and then your breakthrough moment is this Empress. So there may be I'm seeing a little bit of breakdown in November, but it's only in preparation for breaking through. It's like what you're thinking is maybe, it's sort of like when you pound your head into the wall for so long, And then you're like, oh my God, I realize I don't have to do this anymore. It's an aha moment. It's a breakthrough. I no longer have to do this. And then your final part of November is kind of interesting. You have all of these in reverse. You have Four of Cups in reverse, Five of Wands in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse, and King of Cups in reverse. So what I'm seeing, is that there is some way you can let go of a burden that you're carrying. This is 10 of Wands. I feel heavy. I feel, especially in terms of love. If you are a male, you could be this King of Cups. If you're female, it could also be you being King of Cups. King of Cups is being the perfect partner, the loving, compassionate person. For some of you, it could be a water sign, so it could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, but I'm really reading this as you, Sag. And feeling like, oh, I just don't know how to be in a relationship. It feels like a burden. It feels challenging. Whenever I think of love, I just think of all the challenges and the burdens associated with it. It feels like there's a lot of competition. It feels like my cup of love is not being accepted. So what I'm seeing with this is that you can turn this around. If you remove the fear, the doubt, and the resistance to what's going on, look at what happens instead. You become King of Cups. You come to the completion of a cycle of all that effort. Reminds me of your 10 of Swords. When you start thinking about things in a different way. Five of Wands can be either fighting or playing. It could be competition and challenge, or it could be playfulness. It can be flirtation. It can be fun, sport. And Four of Cups means thinking that things are always going to be the same. It's my Rip Van Winkle card, where he's not seeing the cup of love that's offered to him. He's so focused on what has been, what is, and what he thinks is going to be that he's like, oh, it's all the same. I'm just going to check out. But really, there's this cup of love from the universe that's being offered. So look, if you remove, Sag, the doubt, the fear, or the resistance to you being King of Cups, the perfect loving partner, seeing that maybe you're done with the struggle, with it being a burden, seeing that instead of challenges in love or competition or aggression, this can be playfulness, flirtation, lightheartedness, playing instead of fighting. And then, when you keep your chin up, you see that cup of love coming to you. So what's your choice, Sag? There's been a lot of Venus and Scorpio clearing out all of this heavy duty stuff, overthinking, overanalyzing a certain way of thinking. And it may be time where you're just like, you know what? I just want to be Empress. I just want to let it roll to me. I just want to wear this crown and eat bonbons and be satisfied and let all this fertile energy make things grow and blossom around me. So I really see it as a attunement of, are you going to force things or are you going to allow things? Are you going to try to control things and make it feel like burden and struggle and grief where you're not satisfied? Or are you just going to release the fear, the doubt, or the resistance and allow it to come to you what wants to come to you? So that's your opportunity, Sag, for November.